is the doing of the Lord. You woke up today. That is enough to be grateful to God for. Life above everything else. Very, very important. The song that just played is Diana Hamilton's newest, freshest This is the doing of the Lord, or the doing of the Lord, and this features Mercy Chinwo. I love the song so much. For those who are watching on C Music TV, I'm sure you saw Diana and I, just dancing to it and soaking it all in. It is a good one. It is a good one, and that is one thing we all know Diana Hamilton for. She is with me here. Hello, Diana.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You give us quality back to back every time, every single time, and I love that. I love that you put a lot of work and thought into whatever you do, right? It's really good. What has been the feedback on the doing of the Lord so far?
Amazing. Literally shattering every record I know of.
Yeah.
It's been amazing. It's a song I personally love, but to see the response, I remember within the first week, Uncle Charles, my manager, called and said, "Auntie, Adom is so many years, and you have 54,000 likes. Well, the doing of the Lord is a week, and you have 54,000 likes. So
Oh, right. I didn't even check to see,
the comparison.
The comparison. But I noticed that it was released on YouTube on 15th January, and it's doing 1.6 million views, like as of now, right? And that's like mind blowing. That's really really good.
This is the doing of the Lord. I live in the UK. I've released songs over the years. I've never found myself on a YouTube chat UK before.
Right.
And this song came in on YouTube chat, not YouTube gospel, not UK YouTube gospel, or not UK African gospel.
The world over.
World over UK YouTube. And I was on 14 for a long time.
Wow.
And this is the doing of the Lord. We're finding ourselves
literally, right?
Literally. And as somebody might think it's cliche, but it is the doing of the Lord. There's no formula or anything. This is just purely.
But would you also attribute it to, the fact that people have been wanting you to do a feature for so long? Because, for the past couple of songs you've released, it's just been you. It's just been you. We've not seen, you with somebody on a song in a bit, like this. You understand what I'm saying?
I'll take the bit.
Yeah,
it's something
in
I
a
have
bit.
done.
You have done that, but I'm saying, like,
that.
in the past couple of years, or for the past couple of songs that you have released, it's just been Diana on there. So maybe as well, I feel like people are also craving, that combo.
There's a statement I'm hearing a lot on social media, reading.
What are they saying?
The collaboration we never knew we wanted.
Honestly, no, it's true. It is so true because that's true.
What is the meaning of that? Okay, but it's. I don't say that I was a traditionalist, but this collaboration has literally changed things. I'll say I want to be in the room with you, record with you, vibe with you before we release the song. Yeah. This we didn't have the luxury of that time and space to do that.
Really?
Yes. How?
Tell me the story. No, Diana, because you see from the video, I see a certain bond. Like
that's what I was going to say.
It's there, and
We're
for
friends.
you to say that you didn't have the time.
Yes, we were not in the studio to record it, but we were in there in person to film the video.
Okay.
So recording the song but we were on the phone. I talked to Mercy a lot. Okay. We're chatting, Instagram, WhatsApp, and on phone. So that was, plus we're both outgoing people. My sister typed on social media and said, when two sanguines meet.
Honestly, because I feel like both of you have like a certain energy. She's very outspoken. You're very outspoken as well.
Listen, Mercy has energy for the whole room.
I agree. 100%.
And so when you add that to mine, you have fireworks. But it was beautiful. And so we had to do this. I had to do something different from what I do because I've done a lot of collaborations, but I'll do it with you in person. Right. There's another one I've done with someone that is not out yet, so I can't talk about that.
We are waiting on that.
I also did that in absentia, but we're here.
We are waiting on that. It's a good body of work. Let me just say that it's really good. Now, people would say, or people would ask or want to know, right? We've been wanting a feature, yes. there's this agenda to support Ghana, to play Ghana, right? Now, Diana is giving us a feature, but she didn't give us the feature that, even though this is the collaboration we didn't expect or we didn't know we wanted, why not the choice of, a Ghanaian gospel minister?
Okay, good one. For every song God gives us, it dawns on you what he wants you to do with this song. Okay. Initially, this song was going to be just me. In fact, I have it fully recorded, mixed and mastered by just me. Okay. And one day I'm driving and it hit me that this has Mercy written all over it. So I picked up a phone and I called her and we're here. Saying that I have other songs I've done with other people and other people have approached me, we've done songs. Some are out, some are not out. So it's not like I have never done a Ghanaian and now I'm jumping to go do a non-Ghanaian. Yeah. It's a matter of the song and who at that particular time God lays on your heart to put on that song. And with this, I think when the song came out, everyone knew that, it's right. And that's where we are. Yeah.
Perfect combination. Yeah. I mean, when the Spirit speaks and you obey, right?
That's it.
Typical example of that. Yes. But also in the video, I noticed, even before the video, right? You and Mercy have two things in common. Well, let's say three. The energy, the love for fashion, and then the music, right? You have that in common. In the video, I noticed that she has a beret brand, so she was wearing it, you were wearing it as well. And then you also have a fashion line, DH by DH. She was wearing that as well. How does the sync, come together perfectly? The totality of the whole thing. I get that you are friends, but sometimes it goes beyond friendship into sisterhood, into something that you cannot exactly explain.
Exactly that. That's exactly what you've said. Did we sit down to say, wear my clothes and I'll wear your beret? No, it wasn't like that. I was going to provide the clothing that I said I was going to provide. What we thought of into detail, what I really wanted to do by blending our cultures was with the Kente part.
Right.
That there was a lot of intentionality into that. So Kente is Ghana.
Through and through.
But Gili is Nigeria. Yeah. And that was what I wanted to do. And so that, yes, a lot of thinking went into it. But Mercy would wear berets. So that's for sure. So she came in with a zillion of it. And she laid them on the bed. And when I gave her her pink dress, which DH by DH obviously made, hers was blue, mine was pink. When I gave it to her and she wore a blue beret, I thought, you know what, and I love berets. I used to wear them. I'm always running through faces. There are faces, I'm all about hats, I'm all about scarves. I've been through that phase, so I knew that it was going to look good on me. So when I saw that, I thought, you know what, this is an all blue going on. Let's go an all pink. And then I thought about, it's her brand. She's wearing mine. It's beautiful.
So why not?
Why not? You know, when Bible says that God orders the steps of a righteous, this is a classic one. And it looks beautiful.
It does. It does. Yeah. I like it. And then fingers crossed for, you know, more of this. Are we going together? Mercy Chinwo, Diana Hamilton. Did it happen when she came? Did that recording happen of the
Which
song?
One? As in, I went to Nigeria for the video shoot.
Oh, I thought this was shot in Ghana because I think I saw some parts of Sandbox in there.
So different locations.
Okay. All right.
So two different locations. Okay. Sandbox was my set, but any parts you saw myself and Mercy was in Nigeria.
Right. All right. I get that now. Yeah. Now, are we going to be getting the Mercy Chinwo, Diana Hamilton, and this is a Diana Mercy?
Who knows?
It's in. I'm sure that's in the works.
Because
there's no way. There is no way that you two are going to link up. I mean, also being in the same space in Nigeria and then not, give us that. So we'll wait on it. We are patient. Right?
Are you? Well, I didn't say anything. I said all things are possible.
We will wait. Whenever the spirit, Whenever the Spirit decides
Yes.
for the song to be jobbed, I mean, we are here, we are waiting, right?
Yes.
But one thing I'm sure the Spirit has led you to do is your Awake experience, which has been going on for a couple of years now, right? From the inception till now, how would you say that experience has, added to your brand, the elevation of your brand, and then also broadened your scope on ministry?
Good one, and thank you for that. Prior to experience, if there's any event I'll hold or host, it would have been an album launch, and those events were very limiting, and so when we're never into getting content out of it, it was just launch the song, let it go out there, maybe do a bit of a fundraising, and usually you would sing the main song, as in the title of the album, and then the other songs get lost on the album. But 10 years ago, we decided to do the the experience of Diana Hamilton in the UK. And once again, God ordering the steps of the righteous. At that particular time, when I was rehearsing for that event, Kewa, who is my producer, as in my
resident producer, we can say it that way,
had come to London, and he walked into the rehearsal session, and we had lifted a song, and he spoke to my manager and said, "You know what? This song can be recorded, the vocals taking, mixed, mastered, overdubs, and everything done, and we can put the content out." And I look back, so now I'm letting you know what experience has done. From there, because prior to that, people would know you as, come on an event, maybe mime. They didn't know the live, ministering live on stage. I've never had the chance to show that side of me. Right after that, we started putting these content out. And now you can't mention a DH without thinking of a live event.
Exactly.
On stage.
I think that you're one of the pioneers of live recordings. I mean, I dare say so. Some people will have their palms and all of that.
Because other people had done it in the past. I mean, Denzel Ajimai used to have his events would put some content out. I think Joe had his 10 years
before you, because he celebrated. Joe started after.
No, because Joe's done his 10 years before I'm doing my 10 years, which means he was holding these live events.
Few years before.
But our live events, and I mean the biggest one that came first, the earlier ones was Work in Progress. That was like that content that blew, right? And that was in Ghana at National Theatre. And since then, it's now a very easy thing that everyone else is doing. And it's beautiful that, something good.
It's nice to see. There's this ambience, if I should say, that comes with these live performances, Do you agree with me?
Oh, definitely.
It's always different.
Totally,
it's never the same.
Definitely, totally true. When you've done the song in the studio and when you bring it live, you get a totally new, because the people are here, you're ministering to them, you're seeing their expressions, and the feeling is different, the ambience is different. And let's take, for instance, this Doing of the Lord that I've done. One of the reasons why I released it in January was because one is the theme for this year's experience. Okay. The theme is the Doing of the Lord.
Right, so it's only right. It falls only right in line.
And that one I released it earlier because, when we get to experience and I lift it up, I want the whole house to be singing to it. And that's what happens when you've released a song and by the grace of God is blessing people, and then you lift it up at experience and boom, it's a great feeling.
Goosebump moment.
Goosebumming kind of thing.
Yeah, goosebump moment. Straight. Now, for this year's Awake experience, you're going to have, Mercy Chinwo on there. Akese Brimpong will be there as well. Daughters of Glorious Jesus. And then there are a few other people on there as well. Yes. Was there any special thing, that went into choosing these ministers of the gospel? Because there are tons and tons. The list is long. I understand that you can't have everybody on there, but obviously, some, strategy went into deciding on your final people to be on the content. What is that?
One, we prayerfully consider who to put on.
Okay.
And God, through His own design, will direct us. And one week we'll get reasons why. Take daughters of Lord Jesus, for instance, people that have been a blessing to me. I've got their contact there. They are not people I'll call on the phone and discuss personal things. Right. But they have blessed me. They have influenced me in ways that beat my mind. That it was just right, because from childhood I've sat under their ministry. Right. And
I think everybody listened to them growing up.
I mean, that's so true. But I think what the special thing about mine was when I was a backing vocalist for Francis AJ, who at his time, daughters too were in
at the peak
at the time. And so I'll sit back and watch them and marvel, and it was just beautiful to behold. And after over 20 years, to think they're still here.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
I understand.
It's something that you'd want to be. You
literally want to sit under their feet to understand what has brought them this far.
And if it's not just even sitting physically at their feet, letting their songs minister to you, their lifestyle minister to you in ways that will normally be.
Right. Yeah. You mentioned lifestyle. I'll come to lifestyle really soon, but you're not only having the Awake experience in Accra, right? You're taking it to Kumasi as well.
True.
What informed the decision? Because what I'm also looking at, in the next couple of years, is there's a thing that they say about the Golden Triangle, which the idea of which we want to demystify, because Ghana is not just Accra, Kumasi, and Takoradi. Ghana is not even just Accra, right? So, I mean, in the next couple of years, I'm looking at you taking it to every capital, in Ghana, right? But let's talk about the Kumasi one.
Yeah, I'm a Kumasi girl, so that's one. We would love to take it round the whole of Ghana. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, and a lot of money.
So work, money, logistics, time,
energy.
Thank you.
Everything.
And I'm doing just Accra and Kumasi, but I've been in Ghana, a total of about 6 weeks, just working towards 2 events. Because of that, I'm not able to honor other events outside of Ghana, but there are other people wanting me. And so then you begin to wonder if I'm going to be doing Accra, Kumasi, Koforidua, plus logistics, money, time. And so we're believing God that, maybe somebody will take a franchise. Somebody, we'll see. It's not, I'd love to do the train, regional capital, regional. It'll be nice. Yeah. Let's see. Like I said,
and that would also, never. That would also, by extension, introduce you in person to, all of these fans that are in all of these places.
Saying that, we do get invitations to these places, and we advertise and people turn up, but yes,
it's not the same.
Is different.
It's not the same. If it's yours, you see how, for example, people treat things, right?
Yeah.
Not to say that's how you treat things, but generally, when something is yours, when it's your baby, there's this passion.
Listen, there are a lot of people. I met this lady Estelle who says every time she comes to Ghana, she misses experience narrowly, and she didn't know when she was going to, she knows it's in February, didn't know what date. So she bought a one-way ticket so that whenever she knew the date, she would then extend her time just to be here. On my way here, my manager was telling me some people from Holland who are coming down just to experience it. So I get what you mean.
I mean, it's always different. I mean, to be a headliner, and then just to be invited to perform.
And this is the 10th year.
And that's huge.
The ambience is just the venue.
That's huge. Now, we've spoken about, Accra, Kumasi. Just, take us into, for those who want to be in, I'm looking at it as maybe those who are in the upper parts of Ghana can converge in Kumasi.
Exactly.
And then everybody else can converge in Accra. So let's get into, the venues.
Yes. So the venue in Accra is the Christ Temple East. ICGC, Christ Temple East, on the Bush Road. I hear that's what they call it. It's kind of behind the trade fair, and you access that from Labadi Beach Hotel. You make a left on the Bush Road, and then Christ Temple East is there. You can also access it from Palace Mall. The time is 4 p.m. both Accra and Kumasi. Kumasi is the 25th Accra is the 18th of February, which is a week on Sunday. And Kumasi is the 25th. Time is 4 p.m. The lineup we know. And all we are asking people is to grab themselves tickets, buy for friends and family. And the standard ticket, I wouldn't want to mention the figures because I might mix it up. Accra and Kumasi, the prices differ. But you can get your tickets by dialing *725*8080#.
*725*8080#. Okay.
Yeah, you can get your tickets by that. If you're in Accra and you want to go to a ticket outlet, Bachona Total has it. Shell Shops in Hacho, Dansoman, Tema Community 11 and 8, and also have it. And then Christ Temple East itself, there are some.
So there's no excuse to say that you didn't get tickets.
Yes, Kumasi to the Kwairan About, Shell, Bantama, Poku Trading, all these people have tickets that you can get yourself.
Well thought out and well planned. I mean, from where I see the fact that you have all the details, and then also have places that can also sell the tickets. That's actually really, really nice. What are your expectations for 18th and then also for 24th?
The move of God in ways that we've never experienced before. Anybody that's been to experience on one or more occasions will know that no two events are the same. And that's because we pray to God to show up and show up strong. And his word says that no eye has seen, no ear has heard, neither has it come into the thoughts of men what he has in store for us. So the moment you see it, you know there's more.
Right.
And whatever we've seen in the past, God is going to do more. And that's all we're praying to God for.
That's all. That's all that matters.
Yes.
Doing more, of course. As humans, we always want more, don't we? We always want more.
Yeah.
So that is your expectation. So what should people's expectations be for someone deciding to be at the Awake Experience, Diana Hamilton, deciding to buy a ticket, moved by the Spirit? What should they expect from that day?
Expect a great time in the presence of God. Obviously, the song of the moment, the doing of the Lord, is going to be ministered in their life for the first time. Mercy Chinwo was going to be there. Other seasoned worship leaders will be there. I'm taking you to the plush ICGC Christ Temple East. We've prayed into the night. So healing will take place. Deliverance will take place. And those that are just walking in for a great time, as in great production, we're believing God to give that too.
Okay. So far since the release of the song, time and time again, we hear that when certain songs are released, it ministers to people beyond the minister, right? Beyond the artist or the musician who put out the song. It ministers to other people, testimonies, miracles, signs and wonders. Have you heard any so far?
So many of them. I haven't kept record. When you go on YouTube right now, it's mind-blowing.
Is there one that has stuck out to you?
Oh, jeez. So many of them. I'll just jump on now and just... I actually did a whole compilation of testimonies that have come in. I did actually put that out on social media, just outlining, because I couldn't list it one at a time. So I think I did about 10 slides of that.
So I think that for those who would want to know, they can just find you on social media, dianahamilton, and then you just get to see some of the testimonies that are coming out
put it
from
in
there.
a slide.
Because I have seen that you're trying to pull it up.
I am trying,
but it's a lot.
It's a lot.
So just head over to her socials and then enjoy that. Is Mercy coming in?
I'm sorry, it's just one of those songs that when you release, and I say this, that the doing of the Lord, I've released songs, but when you release a song and somebody who is not musical per se, I have friends and family, some of them love me, but not necessarily even the song. They are not musical people. They are not fun. I picked up awards, and this family member of mine won't call to say, "Oh, congratulations!" No, they are not interested in, they're not interested in these things. The flags are like that. But this time she calls and says, "Auntie Diana, your song is just doing it for me. It's blessing me in ways that I didn't imagine."
It speaks on gratitude.
It's speaking too much, and for that. When somebody's calling and say, all I'm doing is crying because it's reminding me of where I was and where God has brought me. It's just
That's just what does it
Yeah.
for you. Are you going to have the same lineup for Kumasi as you have for Accra?
No, it's a new set for Accra, a new set for Kumasi.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the Kumasi set?
The Kumasi set is SB Kofi Sapon, Reverend Mensa Bonsu, Kofi Osopepra, Kesebrimpo, myself, Alexa Champon. Beautiful lineup.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a really nice lineup as well.
Yes.
That's a really nice lineup.
It's so funny. It looks like we took the men to Kumasi and the girls.
Yeah. That's how it looks.
Yeah.
I wanted to tap your thoughts on a certain thing, right? So I was on social media a few days ago, and then I saw a lawyer. She's an entertainment lawyer, right? Okay. Speaking to gospel musicians, where she says that, you know how gospel musicians constantly do renditions of, other people's songs, right? Okay. Like the Presby hymns, all of the hymns that we have. She says it is theft, and then these ministers are thieves, or these gospel ministers are thieves, because you don't do not in all cases that you do the due diligence, right? Because who are you going, if it's a hymn, who are you going to exactly see before you do that? I've seen you do, Pentecostal praise and all of that. So what are your thoughts on what she said?
So there are some songs called public domain songs.
Okay.
And so if it's a public domain song, it means that anybody, as far as I know, I'm not into law, but anybody can pick it and do a rendition of it.
Right.
But for me, for any song I have done that is not public domain, I do due diligence.
Okay.
There are songs that I would pick. I remember one of the songs I actually did it on the stage because it came spontaneously on the stage. And so I asked my manager, check with that person if she's okay for me to put out. She said no. So we edited it out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I won't, unless I assumed it was a public domain and it wasn't.
Right.
But my management is good like that. They'll make sure the song is either public domain or we've asked who the person is. I sang a song, Nyansa Boakwe Nyame. That song, exactly.
Yeah.
That was written by Professor Opokonyina. I did ask him. Even on stage, I asked him.
I think he was even there, right?
He was there.
Yeah.
I asked him. And so I can't speak for other people, but yeah.
Okay. That's nice. Now, looking at the year 2024, which, just began, are you going to be giving us an album this year? Is it coming?
When I'm ready, I'll let you know.
That's okay. But is there a reason? I think that looking at how you roll, you give us singles a lot. Is there a reason you do that over albums?
I've got 6 albums to my credit.
You have? Yeah, but I'm saying that you give us a lot of singles as well.
I'm enjoying it.
Is it because of the work that goes in to do
Yes, a lot of work goes into... No. Even though a lot of work goes into that. But what I found out in the past was songs get missing on an album.
People say that. I was just waiting for your reason, because we get that a lot. Like, I hear that so many times, how
songs get missing a lot on
people
an
will
album.
decide to just take 1 or 2 of the album. Yeah.
And so when we release these singles, they come out, and then one day you can choose to put it all together on an album.
Right.
And in an era where we're not dealing in CDs that much anymore, the songs are all on
DSPs.
iTunes and everywhere. So you go there and it's like you're listening to an album because it's back to back to back.
Right.
But whenever we're ready, we'll put on an album. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's because we don't want a song to be missing, because every song is special.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that, because you're not the first one singing it. So I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about touring, right? Are you looking at anything like that? Maybe not in 2024, but
we'll see. We'll see. As I'm talking to you now, I can open my itinerary for 2024, and it's filling up.
Right.
And so we're doing the tour, but we'll see if we choose to do the Doing of the Lord tour or not. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Diana. This has been wholesome.
I love doing interviews with you.
Oh,
nice.
Thank you so much.
It's
endorsements.
Yes. I love this conversation.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Diana.
It's not political. It's not interrogation.
Yeah,
it's a conversation.
And that's how I like to do my interviews. So I'm very happy. You made my morning. You made my week.
It's not flattery. It's the truth.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
And it shows that you're paying attention
Yeah.
to detail, to look at the berets and the clothing line. And I like to talk about things. So well done.
Thank you so much, Dan. I really appreciate it. And I will be there on the 8th.
Please,
yeah,
please. And grab yourself a ticket. Tell people, I'll give you a ticket. But if anybody wants a special ticket, we call it a premium ticket, please dial 054-690-7473.
Okay, 054-690-7473. Okay, all right, we'll do that. Now, for those in Accra or, who can easily access Accra, it's happening on the 18th of February. For those in Kumasi or who can easily access Kumasi, is happening on the 24th of February, is the Awake Experience with Diana Hamilton. I'm not going to miss it, so you don't miss it. This will be the 10th edition, okay? And so you know how they say that the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, the more things age, the better it gets, everything gets better with time. So this is one not to miss. You have been watching Unpacking on Culture Daily, coming to you on Plus 89.9 FM and 3 Music TV. My name is Lerny Lomotey, your international TV and radio presenter living in Ghana at the moment.